I'd like to talk now about how you can use classified ads to make sales. Classified ads are a great way to make sales, not only of your own product, but of affiliate programs too. Now, to use this properly, you really do need to have set up something on your web page that's selling it, or direct people specifically to the sales page. As we've discussed before, it is much better for you to have your own page set up, because you're building your page up in the search engine rankings, and then you can capture email addresses and build a list, which is building value. Now, if you are going to use classified ads, particularly if you're going to use paid advertising, you have to track your results. If you're not, you will be losing money. How do you know which adverts are performing the best? I might be spending $1,000 a month on an advert. How do I know I'm getting that $1,000 back? You know, if I'm advertising in two places, one's costing me $100, one's costing me $1,000. You know, how do I know that the $100 one isn't doing better than the $1,000? You know, I could save myself $900 if I knew that the $100 ad was performing so much better than the $1,000 ad. You know, you've got to think about that. Maybe I'd take out 10 times as much advertising in the $100 place and make 10 times as much profit. So you have to think about that. You've got to track them. If you're not, you are losing money. Plain and simple. Now, there's a lot of sites out there that perhaps you haven't heard of. Now, if you haven't heard of them, be a bit wary about paying for adverts on them. How do you know they get traffic? How do they know that you're going to make sales? Maybe it's worth, you know, just paying to put a sample ad in, tracking the results, and seeing if it's profitable. If it's not, leave it. If it is, do more of it. So you've got to think about that. It's very important. If you're not sure about a site that's offering classified ads, do a quick Google on it, find out a bit about it, look for reviews and information. People may say it's great, people may say it's dreadful, but if you don't do some research, you won't know. Of course, there's the big names you can stick with, but if you haven't heard of the site, just put in a test advert first of all to see how well it does. And whenever you're advertising, you know, try advertising with, say, 2 different adverts at once. Which one converts best? You know, and the one that does, well, drop the worst performing one, keep the best performing one, and put another advert in, test some more. And that way you're continually testing to find the best possible conversion rate. The better you can get your conversion rate, the more money in your pocket. Again, classified ads work very well if you offer a sweetener. Remember, we talked about e-courses and free reports. Quite often those can help funnel people in. Yeah, maybe instead of advertising a product for sale, you may want to test advertising the sweetener, your e-course or your product, to get people through. Which converts best? You won't know until you track it, test it and track it. But that often works very well. Now, some of the big names are Craigslist, eBay. Remember, with Craigslist, by the way, the website address is craigslist.org. Go to the .com, you'll find something perhaps you don't want to. But craigslist.org, eBay, you've got local and the .com. Gumtree has international versions as well as local versions. And Yahoo Classifieds. These are all different types of advertising sites. Some are free, some you have to pay for, but they're all worth testing and giving it a go on. There will also be niche sites that accept adverts, you know, maybe blogs, e-zines, newsletters, and so on and so forth. They're all worth giving it a test, seeing if it works. And just, you know, if you want to find some more classified ad networks, go to Google, type in classified ad. You'll get hundreds of them. Some are popular, some you aren't. The accompanying resource guide has some classified ad directories listed in it. One thing that's always worth doing, again, if you're not sure about a site, how much traffic it's getting, you know, some site owners are, shall we say, less than honest, and may well say to you, well, say on the site, you know, we get 100,000 visitors a day. Do they? Go and check the Alexa rankings for them. Maybe they do, but maybe they don't. And if they don't, then obviously, you want to, not pay for it. If they do, then test it. Go to forums for review of the site as well. There's lots and lots of forums out there. Maybe you could even just post on one of the internet marketing forums and say, hey, anyone heard of this site? Is it any good? Someone may come back and go, yeah or no. Now, classified ads can be a little bit difficult to make conversions, particularly if you're trying to directly sell. So remember, don't try to just advertise in classified ads. Look at blogs, e-zines, newspapers, magazines, and so on. But I mean, the best approach I've found with classified ads is almost a two-step approach. You concentrate on getting them through to your website. When they're through on your website, then you sell to them or get them to sign up. Now, quite often it works better if you funnel them into something like your e-zine, your newsletter, get them to subscribe with the promise of the course. Advertise, easy weight loss, 24-part course reveals all, free report on 7 deadly sins of weight loss, for example. And that will get people through to your website, and they'll get them to sign up. They're not buying anything, so they go, wow, it's free, I'll sign up for it. So you've got them. Trying to sell a $1,000 product on a classified ad in a couple of small lines, not going to be easy. They're going to have to be highly motivated. So you do need to focus on getting them through to your site. The classified ad is not about making a sale. It's about getting people to your website. When they're to your website, then you can worry about the sale. Now, here's a tracking code that I use. You can use more complex solutions. There's software. This is a free and easy version. Basically, set up a redirect somewhere, and you just use a tracking code like this. It's yourdomain.com/?equals and then a tracking code. It's important you keep track of your tracking codes. If you don't, how do you know which one's from where? So make sure it's meaningful to you, not necessarily to the people that are buying your product and clicking through. So write your tracking code down, keep track of them, okay? And this will appear in your AW stats, your weblog stats, and you'll be able to tell what traffic's coming from where. When you're writing an advert, make the first line a quantifiable benefit. Lose £7 in 7 days, earn $1,000 in 24 hours, that sort of thing. And also, try and state a unique selling point. Well, what's different about your product? Free 24-part e-course plus 7 deadly sins of weight loss revealed. Unique selling point. Make sure that's in there as well. The point behind these two is it just makes it, why would they want to read your ad? Why would they want to click on it? Why would they want to come through to your website? Remember, we're focusing on getting them through to your website. $1,000 in 8 hours. Well, that's not bad. I'd want to know how I can do that, wouldn't I? So something like that. And one of the keys to success with classified ads, and to be honest, this is a challenge, is you use as few words as possible to communicate what you want to communicate. So, you've got to try and do it in the minimum possible words. I mean, you may be sitting there going, oh, that's easy, no problems. Actually, you'll be surprised how hard it is. It's very, very easy to communicate a quantifiable benefit in a lot of words, but try limiting yourself to 32 characters or 5 words. Can you do that? It's going to challenge you, but if you can do it, then it's going to help your sales. Now, classified ads are a really, really good way to make sales, to get people through to your website. Doesn't necessarily make you sales directly, but it'll get people, funnel them into your autoresponder series where you can then sell to them. You've always got to track your adverts so you know which ones are generating you traffic, particularly if you've paid for them. You also need to test different adverts to try and improve the click-through rate. The higher you can get the click-through rate, the better it's going to be for you, the more sales you can make. So that's classified advertising. Well worth using. I highly recommend it. But remember, test and track. Test and track. Doing that, you can improve your profit and not lose money.